Hey guys, what's going on today? It's Kenny. I hope everybody's having a fantastic semester and I hope everybody's enjoying the class. For my informative speech today, I'm going to be talking about a person, and that person will be Stan Musial. Stan Musial actually played in Williamson for the Williamson Redbirds in 1938. The Redbirds were an affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals, and Stan Musial only played one season for the Redbirds. When he got called up to the majors and he got signed by the Cardinals, he was actually signed as a starting pitcher, but due to an injury early in his career, he was later moved to the outfield where he played the remainder of his 22-year career at. Over his career, he had many great accomplishments. One of those accomplishments being that he played in over 3,000 games, and not many major leaguers get to say that today because there's a lot of injuries and things of that nature. So I thought that was really impressive that he played over 3,000 games in the span of 22 years. He also boasted 475 home runs over his career. He batted for a lifetime average of 331. He also had a slugging percentage of 559. Slugging percentage is different from batting average. Your slugging percentage is basically taken into account by how many extra base hits you can get. If you can get extra base hits, your slugging percentage is always going to be better than your batting average, and that's really impressive. That for a 22-year career that he batted 559. He also had 1,951 RBIs. He had over 10,700 plate appearances, and he had a 417 on base percentage. And over the course of a 22-year career, especially at the time, that's really impressive because the field conditions at the time were not as good, and neither was the travel. So now professional teams, they fly everywhere. They have great accommodations. Back then, they were taking trains. They were driving in buses, and it just wasn't a very good situation for a team that was playing 162 games a year back in the day. So I think that was what was probably the most impressive thing to me. He also played in 20 All-Star games. He won 7 National League batting titles. He was a World Series champs 3 times. He won the Major League Player of the Year award twice. And he also won MVP 3 times. In his third year that he won MVP in 1948, he actually was 1 home run short of the Triple Crown. The Triple Crown is your batting average, RBI, and home run. And if you have all 3 of those stats, the highest in the league, then you win a Triple Crown. And the last person to win a Triple Crown was Miguel Cabrera in 2012. And it wasn't, in 1967 was the last player that done it before Miggy, and that was Carl Kozlowski from the Boston Red Sox. So that gives you a little bit of how troublesome that could be and how hard it is to win it. Pete Rose. Stan Musial was he was an upstanding player. Everybody always had good things to say about him. He joked around the clubhouse. As a matter of fact, when he was in high school, their basketball team was at a tournament, and this was obviously during the time of segregation and the movement for rights for African Americans. And at the time, most restaurants would not let players or people that were of African American descent. They wouldn't let them sit in the restaurant and eat. And they actually, the high school basketball team actually defended their teammate Buddy Griffey, which is the father of Ken Griffey, in the restaurant when they tried to go in and eat and they wouldn't let him. So I thought that was really speaking about his character at that point. And so I really enjoyed that, and knowing that he played in Williamson, that's really what gave me the interest to do this speech on him. And another interesting fact is that Stan Musial's last 2 hits of his career were to Pete Rose, who choked on the throws over to first base. So he retched on an error his last 2 hits. And Pete Rose was actually the one 18 years later to break his National League batting title of 3,630 hits. Pete Rose at one point accumulated 4,200 plus. Look it up. But that is my speech for today. It's on Stan Musial. I hope you guys are interested and look him up. It's crazy to see some of the stuff that he done, especially at the era that he lived in and played through. It's very impressive what he done. So if you guys ever get a chance, check him out. Thanks.